Hey guys, super quick video update here. So we did it. Spot Bitcoin ETF. It's been approved officially by the SEC, even though we kind of already knew it was going to be approved because of the leak yesterday. And it kind of seemed like almost just a certainty over these last few months. So, a couple things I want to cover. I do think that people were overestimating the kind of immediate effect of the news. Like I said, this is something that basically has seemed like a certainty for months, and ever since it was announced, price is up 80%. So a lot of that, I think, excitement and just the approval in general was already priced in. And I talked about this. I said I think that people are overestimating like the actual switch being like, okay, it's live, and just seeing some huge price appreciation um, immediately was kind of crazy to me. It just didn't really make any sense. We've known this is coming, and price is up a lot since it was even announced. Doesn't mean that we can't go higher. I think what's most important for this thing is the long term effect on price. I think the short term, that's up for a lot of speculation. I think the market as a whole, just looking at the Bitcoin chart on the high time frame, and then looking at things like Ethereum really starting to rally and Ethereum BTC looking to be bottoming out, tells me that a correction is coming. I don't think that this is the end of this cycle. I more think that maybe we're due for a 20, 30+% pullback, and then continuation. That's just my opinion. It's speculation. It could be wrong. Now, for the long term, basically we have like a TWAP, right, of a ton of money from these large institutions going into Bitcoin. So price, it's going to be like the stock market, in my opinion. It's going to go up. It's going to go to the right. So regardless of wars, recessions, bull markets, bear markets, over a long term, it just goes up and to the right. And I think that this ETF long term is going to have a similar effect on crypto. At least you would hope, because crypto is finite. The money that they're going to be using to buy it with is not. So that is my hope long term. Short term, a lot more speculative. I'm personally in the camp of I think we're closer to a medium term top than not. I posted a tweet January 4th basically saying, hey, Bitcoin to 48 to 50K, spot BTC approval, ETH BTC bottom, ETH God candle to 3K plus, then whole market correction. And that's basically what's happening so far. We hit 48K. ETH is now outperforming Bitcoin. ETH BTC ran those lows of the summer, put in a massive 20% candle here, I think. What is this, 20%? Not quite, but big candle after running the lows, looking like, potentially a temporary bottom. Ethereum now outperforming Bitcoin, really looking bullish. Ethereum beta plays like Arbitrum, absolutely flying. So all the things that I had kind of predicted, and not just predicted, but this is what I did with my portfolio. I rotated heavily into Ethereum. I was very much late to the Solana rotation. I didn't want to be late to this one. So I sat in ETH and I underperformed for a little bit, but that's okay because it's paying dividends now. Heavily based in ETH, things like LDO, Optimism, Arbitrum, all doing very well. Even got a little bit of Pepe. But to me, this is a sign that I think we're due for a correction. I think the sentiment is extremely bullish and people just assume, okay, the TWAP starts tomorrow and $2 billion are just going to hit the bid. Maybe it will, and maybe I'm mid-curving this. I am a mid-curve, admittedly. But I think it's more likely that we see a correction and something like this. Like this is much more what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin as opposed to this just straight to all-time high. But maybe I'm wrong. It just seems like okay, we've known this is been coming since the fall, since like September, right? Was it September? Maybe it was even earlier. And basically since 25K to now, it's up only. No real pullbacks, and we knew this was coming, and now it's here, and we're just going to go up only again. We're going to appreciate another 40-50%. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm mid-curving this, but that's my thoughts. I think Bitcoin is due for a correction, whether it's from right here or maybe we get one more push up above 50 towards this high. I don't know, but we've tagged 48K in this level, and that's kind of where I had it capped. And I think a correction now makes sense here. And I liken it to this, right? Bitcoin topped here in April, right? Started going sideways, distributed. What did Ethereum do? Here's Ethereum. When Bitcoin topped, Ethereum went nuts, and then the whole market corrected. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen here. I'm hoping Ethereum puts in, maybe this is the God candle, but I'm hoping, we trade up towards here. 3,400 would be ideal, but I'm de-risking as close as we can get to 3K. I'm de-risking into that personally. And again, I could be wrong, right? Maybe Ethereum God candles and then it corrects and then Bitcoin rips and altcoins just dump versus BTC. Anything can happen. There's a lot of different scenarios. I'm just explaining how I view it, what I'm seeing, and what I'm personally doing. I can absolutely be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll just delete this tweet. It's that easy. So that's kind of my view right now. But overall, I think this is, really great thing for crypto long term. I think exciting. I do think there's an interesting juxtaposition of, us wanting to get away from banks and institutions and the powers that, kind of control us and control money and control the world by having self-custody and peer-to-peer commerce with crypto. And now we're just hailing the institutions as our saviors because they might pump our bags. It kind of feels like we maybe lost the plot a little bit in that sense. But that's kind of my my kind of overall thoughts here. Absolutely smashed the bonk trade, up a whole bunch on ARB. This is just a basic 12-hour play. Laid these ones out in Telegram. Filecoin, I fucking bag held this one for a while. I'm hoping this thing rips. Someone tricked me into thinking that this was like an ETH beta or something. I don't know why I'm holding it. An interesting comparison I actually saw from, I think it was Yodax on Twitter, was comparing Bitcoin to the S&P 500 and basically saying, hey, like, we're going to see like a big correction similar to the S&P had here. So basically, this is Bitcoin at 48K here, and we're about to have this correction, and then we'll leg up again. So it's like we're lagging the S&P. So he said, okay, this is like Bitcoin at 48K, right here. We're going to correct into the 30s, and then we're going to go up again. And that lines up with my idea. So, of course, when someone else's idea lines up with mine, that's good. I like that. That's reaffirming my bias. That's exactly what you should do. Don't look for contrarians. Look for people only that agree with you. You want to be in an echo chamber, of course. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. Again, I think very exciting day. I do think there was a ton of people who were just expecting this to like gap up 10%. It's like, how easy would it be if like we all knew it was approved and all you had to do is long and you get a free ride for a free 10%? I just never saw that as a possibility. And to me, I'm like, all eyes are on Bitcoin. Ethereum's the long, and that ended up being the case. So very happy with that. Very happy with the performance. If you're in Telegram, Discord, hopefully you're crushing it with me watching these streams. I really appreciate it as always. Make sure you check out the Haven if you want more from me, full on trade ideas, breakdown of my strategy, things like that. And of course, check out Breakout Prop. Discount code SEC2FA until the end of the day today. So that's midnight Central Standard Time. And come trade with my money instead of yours. All right, guys. Talk to you later.